How's it going, everyone? Today is October 25th, 2019, and this is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. This is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. We are looking at the GBP USD for a buy here. We're going to be looking for an out-of-the-money contract, and we're going to be looking at this one. I'm going to go ahead and put this in for 25. We're going to place that order. We're going to go ahead and just in case the price really boosts up, we're going to get ready for our take profit zone. 54. All right, now that that's clear. All right, so here we are on the negative 0.5 deviation here. We can see that we are still creating lower lows, and that's totally fine, but we are extremely oversold here by a lot. So let's go ahead and go back into Nadex, see what kind of pricing we're going to be getting here. We're right about break even a little bit. So we want to kind of see price go into our level at 2836. Let's go back into Thinkorswim and see exactly where we might be heading. We'll take our recent swing high to swing low here. All right. So as you can see, price has really had a tough time breaking that 23.6 level. We had set hit in consolidation around the 38.2 level. Let's go back into, let's see what other levels are being really respected here. You can see a breakout within the 61.8 level. So we are seeing some respect on these levels. Now, let's go into maybe a 15-minute chart and see what we're seeing. We are seeing a lot of downward momentum, but I'm starting to think that this is possibly going to try to take a little bit of a reversal. Only because we are at the negative 0.5 deviation level. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the market when it comes to the sell-off. And we are hitting lows of the day as well. So what we want to see here is, since we're hitting a low of the day, we want to see a formation, somewhat of an M formation. So what we want to see is maybe something kind of like this, or a W formation. And then we kind of have our structure that's holding up with us from there. So let's go ahead and put our price, which is 2836, right there. We're not far from it. All right, so that's our buy. So the good thing here is that we do have this as possible resistance, or at least our price anyways, because you can see this little bitty wick has formed here on that price. So this could be a potential zone to be able to take our profits in. We're going to go ahead once more and come back and draw that Fibonacci in. What we'll probably do, probably best idea, is to take this from swing high down to swing low, and you can see the 23.6 has been respected by this zone. The 50 was respected through a breakout. You had a head and shoulders pattern on the 61.8 as well as the 78.6. So this is a possible. This is a possibility that this area is going to be kind of our low point. That it is the low of the day, but don't be mistaken when it comes to Thinkorswim. Just because it says low of the day doesn't mean it can't go any lower. But we are oversold, as you can see here. We're having a tough time taking a breakout into this and into new highs. At least breaking this structure right there. If we can break this, then that will be good as far as on the upside. If we can break that, so we're just going to go ahead and watch this trade play out. We're probably a little bit in the negative as of right now, but we're just going to watch this, and then we'll come back and see what happens. All right, we're coming back here to see if we can maybe possibly add on to this position. If not, we can go ahead and see about buying into the 2826. We're just going to see where price is heading. We are creating new lows here, but we haven't quite broken. Let's just get rid of that. Let's go to the 15. We are wicking around that 0.5, the negative 0.5 deviation. So, but again, we are still oversold, so anything can happen here. Let's see what else is happening in the world. May have a nice trade in Aussie dollar. There's the Euro USD. The Euro USD has just been dropping. What I'd like to see in the Euro USD is to at least hit this -1. We'll put an alert here at or below in the event that we get to that area. And there we are at the GBP USD. We'll just see. GBP pairs can be a little bit unpredictable. Let's see what we've got going on. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and add on to this position because it is so low. Put on for another 25. We'll just kind of watch it and see how low it gets. Got 35 minutes left. If we can just get even a slight pullback, we can get our profits in. All right, so what I want to do next is probably put in an exponential moving average. And then make this 10. We can keep it blue, that's fine. And then make this 20. Make that red. We'll make this one a little bit thicker. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get this at 24. Add on to the position for to make it 29.75 instead of in our 30s, in the 30s. So we'll go ahead and delete or amend the order at 29.75 divided by 2 plus 29.75, 44. Let's say 44.50. So we now have it at 50. 44.50 at 50 contracts. So we'll amend that order and make it that now. All right, we're seeing a little bit of more of a push up. Should have gotten in when we were looking at it. All right, price has busted through the 10, which is good for us. So now what we want to see is price break through this 20. If price can break through that 20, we can start to see that we might start seeing that reversal. But we want to see a complete break. We don't want to see it close with a wick or anything like that. We want to see a complete clean break on this. We have about 25 seconds left until we can go back into Nadex, see what we're getting priced wise. Looking for 44.50. So we're at 40 pretty much. So we're actually getting really, really, really close. 44.50, and we're about to get filled on this because it is just moving up, but price is moving down on here. So it's just because people are selling their positions off. $44.50, we're $1 away. And there we go. Now we're finally filled. All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this. We're still moving up here. All right, so let's go ahead and go back and see why we took the trade and all that good stuff. All right, so we knew that price was heading into a little bit of a downtrend here. Nothing too nuts, but we're seeing a little bit of a downtrend. But we saw that the price was coming into the negative 0.5 deviation, and this is the big thing that we saw, was that we were extremely oversold, even in the 15-minute chart, which is what we're on right now. And so what we did is we kind of looked and seen, let's see, this may sound a little interesting because I've never really seen people do it this way, and this may be a wrong way, but I've done this way for years. I've been trading for roughly 8 years this year, and I've always done this, and it seems to really work out for me. So what I like to do is when I put my Fibonacci in, you're never going to be exact. Sometimes you can be exact, sometimes you're going to be way off. So when you're putting your low point on this position, like when I'm taking this swing high, I know that's the swing high because this is our high of the day. But if I take it down to this swing low, I'm having to predict that this is our swing low, right? I have to make the assumption that their price will not go any lower than right here for this specific trade. And when I put that there, I saw a few things. I saw the wick on 23.6. I saw the break and the wick on the 38.2, as well as it sitting on set, which is right here. I saw consolidation as well as wick action on the 50. I saw wick action and in a breakout on the 61.8. I also saw a wick on the 78.6. So I saw that every single one of these zones was being respected in some way, or being it was not only being respected, but being recognized. And so because of that, I went into the 1 minute chart and I said, let's see really how this is looking. And one of the biggest things that I saw was this pattern here, was the shoulder 1, your head, and then your shoulder 2, right off of the 61.8 for the shoulders, and then the 71 and 78.6 for the head. And then we came down, hit this to the tick on the 50, came back down, hit this on the tick for the 38.2, came down, hit this on the tick on the 23.6. So we could only have assumed that this was our low. And not only that, but it is our low of the day. So that was a huge thing. And then what we saw is when we took our position, we took it a little bit too early, which, happens. You're never going to be like, exactly precise. But then what we saw was that we had this happen, which was an engulfing candle. And that engulfing candle really showed us that the buyers are really wanting to start to play into this market here. And like I've told you already, is that what will probably happen is that, and not only that, but we saw divergence as well. As you can see, from this point to this point, we are seeing divergence. So you have a lower low, but you have a higher low on the Fisher transformer, so divergence. What I'll probably see in this market is this for to go down and maybe go to here and then go down and then come up, or we'll see it come down here and make a triple bottom and then go up. It's three, 2 to 3 likely scenarios that will happen, but this one is probably the most likely. And then and maybe not create a lower low here. What we saw in this part right here, the exact same formation where we saw it go, like that. I don't think that we'll see that coming down into this market though. I hope that you guys enjoyed this trade. It was a very, very quick one. But if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask us in the comment section, or go to our website at www.thrivingbull.com. There you can subscribe to our signals once they are released. We're hoping for the first week of November. We've been working really, really hard on these signals. We also have an auto trader coming out, our deviation level training and deviation package that we trade almost every single day. There you'll be able to get deviation levels of many, many, many different assets, down to futures, down to Forex, all of the above. We're going to be pushing out Forex lessons, strategies, indicators that we've all developed over the years as a team. So if you want to sign up for that, our signals are already that will be the first product that we are releasing for Nadex. If you guys are interested in that, just visit www.thrivingbull.com.